Okay. Oh, I don't need other light. Doop. Get rid of the shadow. Oh, this box does not want to open. I guess sharp object would be easy to open. Got a knife somewhere. Somewhere. That's not shit, it really doesn't want to come open. Okay, I never use my knife. I swear I used it not long ago to open something. I have no idea where it is. I guess I use scissors. Okay, I got into the box. It was very difficult. Oh, so we've got the box offers a cool sort of token thing. +1 crit, -1 drive, 0 power, which I don't know if anything does that until like BT-06. Intercept, boost, minus power, 0 used over trigger. Kinda cool. Let's go. This playmat's tiny, so the camera's zoomed in quite a bit. The older playmats are pretty tiny. This is a meteor card. We have another identical starter to run the Spyro thing, I think. Hexorb card. Slot power. And we've got another Abyssal Night thing, single rare. And we've got a double rare Frog Demon, some sort. Here we go. It's a lot lighter. Okay. Okay, single rare Dark State Skip. And then a foil version of it in the same pack. Have a ghost. And a double rare sort of weird animal thing. Some little bit of Night Star. This pack has 3 foils. We've got a rare. I guess maybe that's a common. So you always get 2 rares, even one's like a foil. That would make sense. Oh god. So that light was blocking my eyes. Commons, and we've got a single rare and a double rare Shrine Maiden Girl. It's a tooth. It's a tooth fairy. Oh my god. It's kind of interesting. And we have a effect trigger. Having a foil. It's kind of interesting. You don't really need soul blasting in Prisoner. As you get enough from just playing with Prison in the first place. It's not sure I'll let you use that. Another angel. A dragon. Dino dragon. That's interesting, but I don't know how viable that is. There's better ways to get stuff from bind. So we have another effect trigger. What's wrong with this? Then we've got a foil. A Eugene support. Order with no cost. That's pretty good. So you get free draws whenever you kill stuff. Okay, that's a triple rare under this. Another effect trigger, and then we have a football player. Oh, it's now triple rare oxalate. Oh shit. There's a Orca dude. I should be putting, let's go foils here. Triples here. I think that's an ESP. That is a SP effect trigger. See, how much is that? I can test you on this. Thank you, goats. Playmat's actually tiny though. It's one of the old Vanguard pre-release playmats I give out. The cool thing about Vanguard pre-releases is the kit has like enough card packs for like 8 players, and you have 2 playmats as prizes, which is actually really cool. But yes, the old ones are actually tiny. This is like zoomed in. It makes sense because it's tiny cards, but like, yeah, the newer ones are much nicer and bigger, but it still looks nice. There we go. More card fight Vanguard. And we want to go fine. Is it just advance? Yeah. Go. And high to low. Spear size. Okay, so that is $35. Let us find a sleep for it. That seems all the effect triggers, for effect crits and SP are worth something, as well as a few of the other things. And the Fakala needs like worth nothing, so I can probably buy that actually. So yeah, that's a pretty good pull. It might be a bit tracking. Because I've moved my webcam to below my monitors, so when I'm looking down at what you can, my eyes don't close, but still like, it's still a bit weird, because if the angle's wrong, the eyes close a bit, so it's like, oh. Yeah, it's a bit iffy. That is better than having a bar than just having my eyes closed all the time. Got enough single rare and a double. Probably one more double in the last pack. Yeah, pretty much. And the mouse is activated by sound as well as tracking. I think I need to lower the gain on the sound as well. It's opening way too much. Okay, so we've got another single rare. We have a double rare. Oh my god. That was terrible. Yeah, Vanguard is really cool. There is a video game for it out as well, which just came out like last night, well 13 hours ago. It's pretty fucking expensive though. So if you can buy it on sale, it's definitely worth picking up. And the game is worth playing in my opinion. A foil. And I was streaming the video game earlier today, and I will be doing it again. Just in between like food breaks. There got nothing else to do today. That looks really nice actually. There's a border as well. Okay, so that's all for the first box. Guess I'll create a stack somewhere. I do have less stuff over here because I cleared up all the other boxes of stuff I opened and put them into boxes. I moved Digimon away. Oh, now I'm sleeping. Yeah, it's because there's the camera right there as well, it doesn't help. Okay. I'll just put the doubles with the singles, and then I'll keep the triples and foils together. Okay, let's go another box. Vanguard generally also isn't that expensive to get into either. It depends on the set as well though. Because like a lot of the sets, like all the triple rares aren't actually that expensive, they're like probably like $5 or less each. It's all like it's all those in like the SP versions of them, like the nice foiling. Yeah, some exceptions to that. But they are reprinting some of the stock cards that need reprinting, which is kind of good as well. It's like in BD6, we got the over triggers reprinted and the good PGs effectively reprinted. They're different cards with the same effects. Okay, pack number 1 from box 2. Okay, dragon. Person. Ghost boy. Dark elf. We have a single rare purple boy. And a foil. Ghosty boy. Oh, was it buffering issues? No idea what would have caused that. If it was on my end, I have no idea. I'm very new at this. Oh, it's a stream health tab on a website. Says it's healthy. Guess that's okay. Go. Another good trigger? How much are the normal versions of those triggers worth? Like potentially $5-ish? Yeah. It's not too bad for a single rare. I think maybe if I can move my keyboard forwards a bit, might make the tracking slightly better. It's more directly at my face. Oh, shiny card. Rigger. Okay, another trigger. Just getting a lot of those triggers, which is probably good, as they're where a lot of the money is in this. I do know someone who needs some of those triggers, who has a grade 4 seraph I need. Should be a huge upgrade for me, even though it's only one copy. My prison deck's basically just missing that and a few other things, but that's what I need the most to actually basically function at all. Ooh. That's interesting. And then there's another dragon boy. It's kind of cool. Made from Magnolia deck. And that is an SP I think it's 1 SP per box anyway, so how much is he worth? That boy is only worth $14-ish. Oh, nice. My best magic pack, I think, was a Mon Horizons 2 set booster. It had a retro frame Misty, a normal Misty, and I think it had another fetch land in it as well. I don't think it was a Verdant. It may have just been a Marshlands. Which was good because that basically gave me the playset Misties for a shitty Delver deck. Modern Delver deck. Unfortunately, my store didn't get the Brothers War pre-release kits in time. But I might pick one up at some point when I do get to come in. I was also working on a weekend anyway, so I wasn't about to take part. Ooh. That's also kind of interesting. You don't really need soul. Ooh. It's agreed on. Oh, nice. What do you think about the crossover cards? I know a lot of Magic players absolutely despise them, which part of me can kind of understand because they do not look like Magic at the same time. Like, it's just cool shit. And at the same time, Vanguard players also hate crossovers. Because there are people that have done crossovers with Token Rambo and 2 other things, and people complain about those, and it's like, oh. Yeah. Because honestly, I think what they need to do is, for example, like with the Lord of the Rings set, if they print the Lord of the Rings version, but then at the same time release a Magic art version, with the, like the sort of Magic Universe versions of cards, that way you won't actually have anyone complaining, because if they don't want those cards, they can go out and buy the Magic version of the cards. Because I think a lot of issues is like people want to play the cards, they don't want to play the crossover versions, but Wizards hasn't printed the actual Magic versions of them yet. Oh, the Transformers actually the own cards as well. I did a sealed last night on Arena, got a phone call, timed out of a game, got pissed off my opponent. Because he had like, I didn't realize you got one of the retro framed cards per pack, at least in Arena, of sealed or draft sort of draft boosters. I was like, how the fuck do you get all those? And I basically just completely ignored my color section when I did my pulls. Yeah, I think, yeah, crossovers are a bit weird. I think Wizards is just trying to get a bunch of money. And they can be a good way to get new people into the game. Woo, I stopped for lunch. So I wasn't streaming. This is a different streamer Woo. As you've noticed, there's no Woo in the Woo chat. Yeah, Fortnite has so much shit. It's honestly a bit retarded. But I think, yeah, crossovers work in some things, though. I think, like... Actually, what I thought... The Dragon Ball Z crossover for, Fortnite, honestly, I was kind of like, that's kind of interesting. But then when you see the actual models, they end up looking, like, really stupid. Like, all the memes were, like, amazing. Like, the Dragon Ball Z meme, like, Fortnite memes were actually really funny. But then when you see the actual models, it just looked like shit. Okay. Weird rhinoceros. Oh. Did my camera just die? Oh shit. My phone just died. Fuck. It should be fine. Why did you restart the... Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't know what happened, but my phone's still alive. Yeah, I tend to just avoid things like Fortnite. I did play Apex for a bit and it wasn't that bad. But I did find there's a... It's called Super Mecha Champions in English. It's basic, so it's a battle royale game. But you can also basically get mechs as well, so it's kind of like, if you like mechs, it's kind of interesting. At the same time, it seems really easy, because I'm normally really bad at games, but I keep winning. Is Save the World the zombie version? The zombie game? Or zombie mode? And Zero Builds is one without where you can't build. Yeah. Because I know there's a bunch of people who just don't like the building aspect, and there's a bunch of people who do. But yeah, I'm generally quite bad at like first-person shooters, so I don't get as much enjoyment out of them as I could. But I probably might play things like Apex with other VTubers at some point in the future. Okay. Zorga. Never agreed on. Yeah, I mean it is Epic Games, so I mean, a lot of game devs just managed to sort of make things bad. Like even like Wizards currently is doing a pretty fucking bad job of Magic, even though they're kind of doing a bit better now than they were. They're still like bad. Also, it doesn't help if there's too many fucking products. And even worse in New Zealand, because I think like during the Eldritch, the illustrated sets, we basically got no stock of the first one in New Zealand at all. So if you need like any of the cards from it, it's just like almost impossible to find. Plus the shipping rates just make things really expensive. Yep. This is the third. Oh, this is 2 boxes worth. Okay, makes sense. There's another PSV. Kind of forgot I opened the third box. I was wondering why I got another XP. Yeah, honestly, singles is probably a way to go. I do like open packs. And sometimes I do get what I need, sometimes I don't. Because I got, because for Vanguard, they did a couple of, like, all foil sets, or basically the first one was just, like, foil versions of the first 5 starter decks with some extra stuff. And the second one was mostly new stuff. I managed to get, like, 4 copies of a card we actually needed. Because my brother has a deck, and I'm basically trying to find dogs for his deck. Ooh. That's something I probably need. Yeah, I did 4 boxes of the second Fiesta set. I basically managed to get 4 copies of Zorga, so that was good. The 1 card we actually needed from it. But I did the, why am I putting the triples there? I'm being very special. Yeah, so I got the 8 on the 10 boxes of the Lyrical Free to try and get one of the actual decks from it, because there's 6 in it. And I got like 1 copy of the card, one of the main card for it, and it's like, oh god. I managed to get like the 2 decks I got enough cards to actually complete, were the 2 most expensive ones. I can't really complain. Plus I got 4 copies of casual $30 triple rare, which is probably that way because it's usable in like premium and stuff. Okay, that's all of that box. I can put these commons over here. Triples and doubles. Triples and foils. This is box number 4. Yeah, at some point I will do like a single order just to finish off the stuff I'm missing. So I probably, once I finish opening my Hololive boxes for Weiss, I need to probably finish the singles off of that. Which are usually not that expensive. It's just the Marines are expensive. And yeah, the I'll see if I can show them. So you've got the, yeah, so all the rears are foils, right? So the single rears are just slightly foil. I'll just grab one if I can. Yeah, so they're just kind of, don't know how well this will see. As you can just, there's just a slight foil on it with a pattern on it. The doubles are the same as this, usually, and this is just actually they might be slightly different. Might be less rainbowy actually. Oh no, they're basically the same. And you can tell there's parts of the character aren't foil, which actually I think is really, really cool. I think the hollows are the same as well, yeah. The triples are kind of, in a way, ugly, because they just have all the pattern on it, but again, the character art itself isn't. And then with the SPs, they are textured. So it is those the you can't really see the lines on it, or you kind of there. But there's like line textures on it as well. Yeah, it's a slight texture to it. And that's one thing Bushiroad does well is the foils. We've also got, I'll see if I can pull out some as well. I think that's an SP as well, from like an older set. Because the idle sets usually SPs are usually alt art as well. And that's, yeah, so it's slightly textured and just really, really nice. And plus you've got the signed wise cards, which are also textured, and they have the voice actor's signature on them. With some exceptions, like this one. Because Amiplex is making their own card game, so all the licenses Bushiroad had, they kind of like don't want them to have signatures on anymore, so they just have the shitty prints. But most of them are still good. I've got the 2 Hololive ones as well. Plus I got some more, I got a couple in decks as well somewhere. Yeah, and this set there's something called DSRs, which are basically also older. And I'm trying to get one of them, because it's the grade 3 from my deck. So hopefully we do pull one. And yeah, the Pokemon ones are pretty nice as well. I do find the rainbow rares are kind of shitty because they have no color on it. So it's like, they kind of just shit, but like the full art textures are usually quite nice. And all the full art trainers, like the actual people, those ones are really nice in Pokemon. My friend of mine makes it just click those. Basically just buys Pokemon just for those. Okay. That's interesting. It's the triple rare Verena. Yeah, it's 2 singles and a foil. Yeah, and Vanguard only recently started having the, because they used to just basically have SPs, but now they do have the, well, they had the H rares, which are basically just foil versions of things that don't have SPs. So they have SPs for a bunch of the cards, and the rest usually have those. But then they moved on to something called a frame rare, which is basically the same thing, but they have a nice frame around the outside as well. And then the double frame rares are the ones with textures. Which I think those are in boxes now. Okay. Really need to give my stacking skills better. I always put things in the wrong place. Another one of him, which I think, oh, it's just no version. Otherwise I was fucking using SP. Yeah, hopefully. I got another 5 boxes after this one, so I hopefully will get a DSR. Or at least some copies of Dog I need, which isn't even that much. And I got, yes, I think in the 10 boxes of Lyrical, I pulled one LSR, which is one of like a really nice ones. And I got two of the double frame borders. Because that, unfortunately, that one doesn't seem to have one of the SP box. Oh, nope, it's triple rare. If you want, and like once I finish opening these, I'll start a stream playing a video game, and I can just walk through. This probably did. I can walk through a game while I'm playing a game, just to sort of go through and explain it as I'm playing, sort of show you. So I did a sort of a physical guide, like sort of go over how Weiss is played. I figured with Gear Days coming out, I'd better off just using that. That is a cat. A demon cat. These packs are missing a rubbish bin. No, there is. Oh, there's a really bad. So there's a game called Vanguard 0. It is a mobile game, but basically doesn't play at all like Vanguard plays. But if you have Steam, you can play the demo for Vanguard Dear Days. And that will basically tell you how to play. But yeah, the actual Dear Days itself is really expensive for some reason, so I understand why people wouldn't actually want to buy it. There's like AAA prices, so it's just like, oh my god. Okay, that guy's cool. Yeah, Vanguard 0 is the mobile game, but honestly, I hate it because it plays nothing like the actual game. It has the same art, but the actual gameplay is completely different. And decision making is different as well, because it's just to make it easier for mobile. This guy is worth fuck all. He's not even on the second page. Yeah, so if you look up Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days, and it's not deer as in deer the animal, but deer as in like deer. Yeah, something dear to you. Yeah, and you have they have a demo which has a tutorial game, and you get to play 2 other matches with it, or just starter decks. But yeah, so that's probably the best way to actually learn the game. Okay, box number 5. Yeah, because I honestly don't know why. Yeah, deer like that. Yeah, I don't know why they actually made it as expensive as it is, because it's a AAA price game. It does have a story mode though, so that's basically what it is. But like, it still seems really expensive. And then they're also selling like next 4 sets while coming out as DLC as well. So it's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, just try out a demo, and then maybe just, if you do want to actually get the game, maybe even wait for a sale, because it is kind of pricey. And that's kind of the thing I was thinking. I was like, it'll be cool because it'll get more people into the game, which is what the best thing. And a bit people, and I was like, you know, the price sort of makes it like, oh, is it going to? But I think it is. And at the same time, I think the people who can afford to play it are people who can afford to buy cards, so upsides and downsides, I guess. But yeah, I don't think the influx of players will be as big as I was hoping. And technically, if you change your, you can do the whole VPN to like Brazil to buy it for like $35, which is a bit better. But I'm not sure. At the same time, you might be able to get on like Greenman Gaming maybe. Oh, we got an SP. How much is this boy worth? He's also second page. Is he on second page? He's not even on second page. Oh no, he is. He's $5 for SP. It's kind of shitty. Yeah, quite literally the yeah, digital card games are sometimes. So not everyone likes them, and I think the Days is kind of clunky in a way. Like it does feel a bit clunky. I guess once I get used to it, it'll be fine. But a lot of the controls are similar to like a yeah, I'm the same. I don't do ebooks because I like having physical books and reading them. But yeah, like I think Days is still a good option to get into Vanguard if you don't want to commit to actually building a deck. Then again, if you maybe you might decide to afterwards. But yeah. Yeah, when I get a bit more disposable income, I'll hopefully get a few more box opening streams of just like some magic boxes and Pokemon boxes as well. Because I end up getting most of these boxes from... Because I was playing the Digimon card game, which... The idea behind it is actually really nice, but the Bandai is just really shit at balancing card games, so I basically just wasn't interested in... I wanted to build only certain decks, and only certain, like they weren't that... Only the more recent released decks were actually that good, so I was like, oh, I'm out. And so I buy listed the... Oh! 1 copy of the dog we need. I need another 4 now. Yeah, understandable. I've got like... I don't really like Commander myself. It's a bit weird, but I do still have like... Probably have like 5 Commander decks lying around. Ooh, that card again. Yeah, I've also got like probably 5 Pioneer decks as well, like 3 Modern decks, and technically I could probably build... I'm a Stoneforge Mystic package away from building Legacy deck taxes, and a few Goblins away from building the Goblin version of Legacy. Because I have all the Wasteland and ports I need for those 2 decks. And if I had the dual lands, I could build Delve and Legacy as well. I still, well, technically need Force of Wills as well. Like pretty much everything else for it though. Oh. I'm putting things in the wrong place again. I think this would be quicker just getting the back cards out. Yeah, because Commander, honestly, it's really good. I think it's also... It's one of the most accessible formats, because you can just play casually, but I find that sometimes with groups you'll get like an arms race, and like people slowly add more and more powerful things to decks, and then it just gets like it kind of no longer fun. But I think like we tried out in the store for a bit. We tried I think it was like $75 decks. So you basically have a $75 budget for decks, like not counting basic lands. And it made decks, it brought the power level down enough that it was actually really, really fun. Because I used I don't know if I still have a sleeve, but I had a Devoid Eldrazi deck. And I think like it was Morophon and Ulamog was basically all the value in the deck. Like Ulamog, I mean. And then like everything else is just cheap shitty Eldrazi's, and it was like kind of fun. Because I like how like you can basically just, even though like with the new command decks it's getting kind of pricey, it's still you can just pick one up and basically just play the game. But like for standard, the Planeswalker decks are shit, so you can't pick them up and play the game. And like you don't get any sort of event decks anymore. You barely get event decks for like other formats. I do feel like I need to bring out more, for the non-rotation formats, bring out event decks. Because they're kind of shitty for standard, because if I just rotate out, I mean like, not going to worth anything. I guess that's the main issue. Another issue with standard is if you buy into a deck, you might pay like $100 for the most expensive card in the deck, but once it rotates out, that one card will be shit in every format, so it'll be like worth nothing. So you're not gaining anything. But if you spend like the $100 on cards for like Pioneer, they'll stay relevant. Yeah, and that's my main complaint about Commander, is kind of it can get arms racy, but I don't mind it, and it can be like casual Commanders is fun, but you just have to make sure it stays casual in my opinion. Like you need like some sort of thing keeping it like low power level. Box number 6. Yeah, so I think I've got my Commander decks. I've got a Zakama deck, which is actually a dinosaur deck, so unlike every other Zakama deck ever, it has dinosaurs in it. But also, that's the one where I have the most sort of like sweaty stuff in it. It has a decent amount of combos, because I think I can do the Polyraptor combo with Perforos to kill people. I can then use Perforos because I got the land, or you can pay 2 and tap it to bounce your commander. So you bounce a karma, then you play the karma and untap a land, so you can make infinite mana that way. Or if you Perforos out, you just kill them. So there's a few things like that. Then I've got a Minotaur deck I need to, because it was in the head commander deck. I need to use, I got the commander that was from, I think, this first Jumpstart, but I think it'll be a slightly better Minotaur commander, because in the Heb's kind of, he's cool. But as soon as you attack with someone, everyone wants to kill you because you make everyone discard cards. And as soon as you make someone discard a card, they'll try to kill you. It's honestly kind of fun on commander. And I got in the Heb deck, I think, I've got a Daxos of Melentus deck, which is it's basically legendary creature tribal, which there's definitely a few more cards with like the Dominaria I can put into it basically. And I might honestly change it to like maybe one of the gods as the commander, or something like that, or even add more colors even. Wait, 2 of the same triple. Oh wait, no, I'm doing the same thing again. There we go. We'll just get rid of these that way. And I think I've got, what else do I have? I do have a Ghoul Call Aggressor deck as well, which, as I like to call it, it's exponential zombies. No, the normal version of him, the Nahepa Worthy. So he's 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. He gives, if you have like 1 or 2 of his cards in hand, he gives all your Minotaurs +2/+0. and whenever he does damage to a player, that player discards a card. So he's like, yeah, so he's the one who turns into Nahib the Internal, and then there's also the new Nahib as well. So there's 2 red Nahibs with give mana, and plus the normal one. So it was a black-red zombie deck. Minotaur deck. Oh, second copy, that's good. But I also, for Pioneer, I have a funny deck. You basically, there's the, I think it's Ragemonger, the Minotaur. He makes all your Minotaurs cost 1 less red and 1 less black. And then you can like play Nahib for like 1 mana as well. And I think that deck's just fun as shit. Yeah, I finally got the 1-drop Minotaurs for it, but I still haven't played it in a while. I also made a weird ramp deck, Minotaur. I had both the Nahibs, as well as like, yeah, so I was able to like turn 3 Nahib, attack, and play like another Nahib. Or just spend a man to blow shit up. It was kind of funny. Wasn't that good, but it was funny. The funny thing, I might have another command deck, I just can't remember. Oh, I do have a... Oh, I had a cat deck. So I had the cat precon. I don't know if that's still together anymore, but it might be actually. I know I took out most of the utility stuff for my my dragon deck. Fuck, my dinosaur deck. But yeah, but I did give most of them back, so second copies for that, but I'm not sure if I had it sleeved up anymore. Oh no, I do. Oh no, I don't. I used the Grumpy Cat sleeves for a Pioneer cat deck. It's kind of shitty. Need things like relic water to be any decent. What other kind of decks do I have? And so I think that might be it, to be honest. Don't have a huge amount actually. As I was kind of tempted to build like an artifact deck what runs grindstone combo, but the trouble is because the Commander Balance team bought up all the Painted Servants and then unbanned Painted Servants to make massive profit. Painted Servant's really expensive. I just like the idea of the fact they did unban it, just makes it so you can just play things like grindstone combo and just mill people. So you basically play like maybe a red-blue deck, you play all versions, or you play the Elemental Blast and a Hydro Blast sort of thing, but for both colours. And you either check like, you basically just flicker your thing to change the colour and just counter anything you want. Because if every spell is red or grey or blue, you basically just counter it. And you just mill them out. Yeah, so one thing I'm glad they did ban was Paradox Engine. Not because it was that powerful, but because I found that in my playgroup, people with artifact decks with Paradox Engine often take like almost an hour-long turn and wouldn't necessarily kill everyone. It's just like, it's kind of stupid, but I like it when everyone can basically have like a 5-minute turn, do all their shit, and pass turn. And like you actually, everyone's interacting with each other and playing quick turns, and the game just keeps going. So if the games last I like it when Commander games last a while, so maybe they're like an hour long or longer Commander game, and but the turn's short, so everyone's having lots of turns and doing lots of stuff, and there's lots of interaction. Yeah, the one issue I have with Magic in general, like card games, is there's 2 stores, like well, there's a few more, but in like the central city there's 2 stores, right? One's actually like really good for casual stuff. The trouble is like the other store, everyone there for some reason hates the store I go to, or they hate the owner even though I've never met him, right? And it's kind of fucking stupid, right? And the other people, the new people sort of go to that store, and then they get convinced that the other store was shit and they stay there, and then they, because that player's style was basically really sweaty as shit competitive players, so then like people end up quitting the game. And then like, so we end up losing out because they go to the store that's actually really shit. They convince the other store is bad, then they quit because the store they think is good is actually shit. And they kind of killed Digimon as well. Yeah. I did for the like 1 month that Oathbreaker was a thing, I made a lab Jace Oathbreaker with you use it's a 6 cost spell from the original replica, Tunnel Vision I think. So all you do is you scry stuff from the bottom of the deck, you cast this, so name it, and suddenly you have no cards in the deck. And I basically just ran like, it was almost entirely like really big blue creatures for shits and giggles. I think I put an SP, or I did, and I put it, I don't know. Oh, nope, we didn't put SP. It's one SP football player. Should probably sleeve them up, even if we're not worth a huge amount. Quite literally, some of the triggers are worth more than some of these SPs. Actually, have you seen the Vanguard anime? Because there's a new one called new one isn't like a couple of years old, called Overdress, which is basically the start of the new standard for Vanguard. So this is the third set from that, and it's currently on. So the first one was first 24 or 25 episodes was Overdress, and then they're on to World Dress now. And World Dress is probably pretty good for also figuring out how to play the game as well, because it's basically a tournament arc where they just play lots of games. Because Overdress itself was more of a lots of stories, setting up a bunch of stuff. And I think that's pretty good as well. Yeah, it's free on YouTube if you don't want to support any of the shitty companies. You just have to sit through Bushy Road ads, which aren't that bad. Yeah, I think it's worth watching in my opinion. Oh, SP. Oh, we got some sort of antelope thing. And 2 rares. No. Now, the main question is, can you get a DSR and an SP in the same box? But if I knew we couldn't, I'd probably skip the other boxes and see what the SPs were. Oh, wrong stuff. Yeah. Even then, like, it's free on YouTube, so yeah. So the first series is called Vanguard Overdress, with this, it's basically that's the logo and stuff for it. And the second season, technically that's technically 2 seasons, but it's kind of one big one split over 2 parts. And yeah, new one's called Will Dress, which is the first half's out, and yeah, it'll be probably hopefully next year for the next part. With my local game stores, basically, it's been struggling to get the stuff in, and half of the things just shipping costs, because like, it's hard to... Because like in America, like one of these boxes, like I got these for I think 36, because they're another set. 36 American, so that's like, how many packs in a box? Maybe it's 16. 16, so it's like $3 a pack, right? Or just under. But from by the time like you get them into New Zealand with the shipping cost, it's like $10 New Zealand dollars a pack, which is like $5 US. I know. It's like 12, if, no, $7 US. I'm getting really confused. But still, it's just really expensive. The shipping costs are retarded. And it doesn't help that like our stores have to get it from an Australian distributor, so there's like 2 lots of like between countries shipping. Hello Harold. Oh, 3rd copy of the dog we need. Really good. Oop. And yeah, being in New Zealand honestly sucks for some things because everything's just really fucking expensive. At the same time, we do get paid more. Like, it's weird. But at the same, oh, I just muted that card. It's fine. Because technically we do get paid more, but everything's just way more expensive. So it sort of evens out. Yeah, we basically just haven't had any stock at all. I think the first stock we're going to get in is hopefully going to be like BT 6 and 7 maybe. But it's all like, it's hard to like keep interest in the game or build interest in the game when there's no fucking stock. That sleeve was too big. Oh shit, wrong one. I have small sleeve here. I don't want standard size sleeve. There we go. Go. We'll rush these last 2 boxes. What are you wrong place? Yeah, but I do think it does end up working out. We might have a bit more disposable income. But I didn't really think about much stuff until like more recently when you think about it. There's countries like the Philippines and like Indonesia where they basically get paid nothing. But their cost of living is fucking absolutely nothing. At the same time they still, like, let's say like a person gets like 30% of their income as spendable money, it's still like they get so much less. So it's really weird to think about it. I think the minimum wage here is $20 something an hour now, and it's just like, it's honestly way too high, and it's probably not helping inflation at all. I mean, everything's just so expensive. Like, I actually have enough money, I could like move to Ohio and buy a house, right? But then like, here it's basically impossible. Because you have these houses in like Ohio for like under 100k US dollars. But then like here, you're starting like 500,000. It's just like, oh my fucking god. New Zealand dollars, which should probably be like 3.5, 350,000 US maybe, roughly. And then the sections in like the US will be huge. Oh, dragon. That's kind of cool. I think there's a grade 1 in this I need as well. I can't remember what it was. Might just be a common. Yeah, that's actually kind of retarded. It's like trades still get a decent amount here, but like I'm a manager at my job, right? And I get like $3 more an hour than the people on minimum wage at the same workplace, and it's just like it's just not worth the fucking effort. Like if it was something I enjoyed, I wouldn't actually care, but like it's a job which is kind of shitty. That's just like oh. The builders can sometimes get up to like 30 skill, but even then like 10 years ago builders were probably still getting $30 an hour. But people on minimum wage were getting like 15. The gap between people actually with skilled labor and like the shitters, as a way to put it, is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's a certain point when like what's the point of even getting a qualification if you don't get paid any much more, and it's harder for people to pay people more as well. Yeah. We probably have enough stuff to build a shitty Hexorb deck, so I might put that together when I get some free time. I only got 3 Hexorb sorceresses though. Definitely have enough Greedons to build a Greedon deck, but I don't know if I want to. I could build a Meteor deck as well. Oh, I put the commons on the rear stack. Kind of speed run this last box. I mean, at some point I'm trying to get my hands on the Hololive starters, and I was basically ordering from my local store, and basically I just haven't been able to get them yet. I'm thinking I'm going to get a box of Gen 3 and 4, and I think I might do a giveaway for those. Like, so give like 4, so 4 people can win like one of each. So self-made plugins. But I mean, like, if there was a deck you wanted that was made of like stuff that was actually cheap, and you paid for shipping, I'd say you would. A lot of greedons. I don't even know if you can build. You basically need triple rares for a Vanguard deck, but I guess it really depends on how much they are. TCG player. I saw my triple rares in this set. I mean, all versions are pretty cheap. Like, Greedon's only $1. And Meteor deck's like even cheaper. Yeah, I know. I sent this cards I sent to America for the buy list. It was like 80 New Zealand dollars a Shenmue. It's a bit on the pricey side. You'd basically be able to buy the deck for that amount of money in the United States anyway. But yeah, I definitely think you could build some decks for like, probably like under, probably like $25 or less. There's a Meteor deck, I don't know how much Meteors themselves are worth. But the grade 3 for it is only like, like 15 or 60 cents. If I get rid of this and go research for what rarity is a Meteor? Oh, yes please, it might be over there. Or is it a double? Neatness. Meteor shower. Yeah, so the Meteors themselves are like $1 each, and you need like a bunch of those. And I guess the Greedon deck's still probably affordable as well, because it's like $1.50 for Greedon. Actually no, it's $2 for a Meteor finisher. You could probably build a Greedon deck for a decent amount, or a decent price. Nice. But yeah, you could definitely probably build a Vanguard deck for pretty cheap. Because if you own a set with like, because I think most of the value in this set and the actual crit triggers for effect, with all the crits will effect with like $5 each, so all the triple res value goes down quite a bit. So long as you don't need any of the expensive stuff, usually fine. Because like with the lyrical stuff, like in the box I pulled, some of it's really cheap, but some of it's really expensive. So if you don't mind, like if you find the cheap version interesting, you can just build a cheap version. Yeah, if you look at geography, I'm gonna go to lyrical. Go triple rare. So you could build oh, that's the magazine mission. Is that her? Or her? Yeah. I'll just see if I can find them quickly. That's not the Riz. Where's the next one? That's also not. Oh, there's a one bottom. I think one bottom box. Actually, there is also there's one bright line whereas giant tits. I don't remember what she's called. I don't know how much she is either. Are they in here? Oh, I think they're in here. So because you can build this skill, right? Like you need. Where's the avocado? Where's the first? Go triple rears that over where? There's a here as well. Yeah. So both of these, for example, they're like just $1 each, basically. And their support also like $1 each. So decks would be really, really cheap. Now I don't have huge boobs though. This one does actually. Her boobs are massive because she's actually a giant. So I think there's no one in this, but like it's honestly hilarious. Because with some of like her grade 0 to like 2, they have other girls in the same picture and it's fucking tiny, it's really cute. But there is also a don't remember what it is. Let's see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna ask someone while I open more packs. Just 1 second. There's 3 more packs. Oh nice. This is this one here. Do you want to add me in the channel? Do you want to just send me an ad in the channel so I can find it? Because I have no idea what channel this is in. There's too many. Oh. Got SP starter. But no good card, no really good cards. Oh well. What 3 copies of a dog I needed? Yeah, he's the starter for the Dark States line. Gee, how much is he? Yes, please. It's only like $2 for the SP version of him. It's kind of shit when you think about it, considering that the one of the triggers I got was like 35. Now he goes with a Greedon deck, who I think is also not that expensive probably. If you want, he goes into this guy. He's basically all about being. What he does is you'll see him in the first season. He basically just eats all the other rear guards. He gets bigger. He also makes it so you need to take 7 damage instead of 6 to die. He's kind of interesting. Yeah. Oh, I see it. There we go. I think this is it, right? It's the right channel. No, that's not the right channel. This one? No. Yeah, I can't even find the channel you posted the pictures in. Probably something a bit special. Oh, Oh, okay, that makes sense. But that one, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna probably end the stream here to have a bit of a stretch. But yeah, what I'll do when I find out the name of because there's one, basically, it's the deck's basically, her entire line has like huge tits, right? And then she does a thing where basically, in this version of Vanguard, when you ride over your grade 3 with the same version with your grade 3, usually you gain some stuff. But she has two different versions, or do that same sort of ride on the other version and get different skills, so she's actually kind of interesting. And if she's not actually that expensive, you could just build her. I have no idea what her name is off the top of my head. Unfortunately, searching Big Booby deck probably isn't going to do it. See if I can go to deck log. I'll see if I can find her on deck log. Let's quickly. Vanguard. Standard. Kid Sanctuary. Grade 3. Normal unit. Yeah. Oh, normal unit, one order. Okay, so her name is Farigga. It's a really weird name. Igria. That's a grade 1. So, for grade 3, one's $5 and the other's like 7. But I'll save image as. No idea if I can open this. I go add a image, and if I can't open, here we go. Always open. Here we go. Look at that. But yeah, so you could build this skill. Like, look at them, they're huge. Yeah, she is like, so this version of her is $5 and the other version of her is $7. So it's probably more, so you need, the rest of the deck might not be expensive, but you're looking at like $50 just for grade 3s. But like, if you want big boober, this is probably the way to go. Yeah, but at the same time, you could, if you don't mind like idols, they don't usually have the big boober, but some of them will be cheap as well. So I think I'll just quickly grab the other version of her. It's this. I'll save images. I change this to. So that's the other version as well. And all both the grade 0, 1 and 3, 2 version of it also have big boobs as well. It took me the second time playing against this deck to realize I had huge tits. I was too busy complaining about other stuff and it's like, oh my god, her tits are huge. But yeah, so that if you want waifu with big boobs, this is a way to go. But it is not on there. It's probably like, yeah. I can put together a deck or find a deck list for you as well, and you just work out how much it would cost. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll get the deck list of my friend's deck of it, and I'll DM it to you on Discord or something. And you can just see if you want to actually spend money on it. But there are, if you don't and you still want to waifu, the lyrical stuff, some of them are cheap as well. You can probably build like a $25 deck. and still be decent. And oddly enough, the one I built yesterday, or the first one I built, is really cheap in Japan, but really, like, it's the most expensive in English, but cheap, like, one of the cheap ones in Japan, so it's like, because no one plays, it's like, I have no idea why. But yeah, sweet. So thank you for coming. And yeah, so I'm just going to take a break, and then I will probably do Deer Days later on. Let's go.